Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to proceed the exercises of the digestive system, right? First, name the enzymes found in the pancreatic juice. The enzymes present in the pancreatic juices are trypsin, chymotrypsin, amylopsin, strepsin, that is the lipase, right? How is acidic medium maintained in the stomach? Acidic medium maintained in the stomach by HCl secreted by gastric juice, secreted by gastric gland. Gastric glands secrete gastric juice through parietal cells present in the gastric wall, right? What is the role of the following in the digestion of food? Pepsin, it acts on proteins in the stomach and it changes proteins into peptones and proteoses. Lipase acts on fats in small intestine and it changes fats into fatty acids and glycerol. Maltase acts on maltose and changes maltose into glucose. Ptyalin acts on starch, changes starch into maltose and it is present in the mouth, right? Fourth, how does gastric hydrochloric acid help in the digestion of food in the alimentary canal of human? See, the gastric hydrochloric acid help in the digestion of food in the alimentary canal of humans in stomach. First, it makes the medium of food acidic. It prevents food from decaying because food remains in the stomach for 2 to 3 hours, and it kills harmful bacteria and germs present in the food, and it changes inactive pepsinogen into active pepsin. I hope the answer is clear to you. It makes the medium of the food acidic, it prevents food from decaying, it kills harmful bacteria and germs, and it changes inactive pepsinogen into active pepsin. Clear? Okay. Now just let us see. How do microvilli enhance the absorption of food in the intestine? Explain. In villi, monosaccharide, that the glucose, peptides and amino acids, they are absorbed. They are all end product. Glucose is the end product of carbohydrates. Amino acids are the end products of the protein, and fatty acids and glycerol are the end products of fats. Either by diffusion, they are absorbed either by diffusion or active transport into the blood capillaries, and these blood capillaries converge, means join, to form the hepatic portal, means different parts of the stomach, small intestine, large intestine, all the small veins arises and goes into the hepatic portal vein, which delivers the gives the absorbed food to the liver, and this liver changes fatty acids, glycerol, water, inorganic salts, vitamins, they are all absorbed in the small intestine. So they help in the absorption. Next, mention any three functions of the liver. Functions of the liver: it secretes a fluid called bile. Liver regulates blood sugar level. It removes excess amino acids by the process of deamination. It destroys red blood cell. It stores glycogen, vitamin A, vitamin D, and vitamin B12, iron, and the blood. It regulates blood sugar level, means insulin changes excess glucose into glycogen and stores in the. If the level of the glucose goes down in the blood, then glucagon hormone changes glycogen into the glucose to maintain the level of sugar in the blood. Clear? Although bile juice has no digestive enzyme, still it is considered important. Why? Bile juice does not have any digestive enzyme, but it plays an important role in emulsification of fats and creating an alkaline medium, which is essential for the action of pancreatic juice. See, bile juice, it makes the medium of the food acidic and it helps in the emulsification of fat, so it is essential, right? Okay, now just have a look over there for the various steps of digestion. Trace the steps of digestion undergoes from time place from mouth to the food get absorbed. See, we eat food in the mouth, food enters into the mouth. In the mouth, salivary glands are present. Salivary glands, they produce the saliva. Saliva mixes with the food and forms a bowl with the bolus, and masticate mixes the saliva. It passes into the pharynx. Pharynx, it is the connected oral cavity with the esophagus, and this esophagus is the small tube. It has mucus gland that secrete mucus. Mucus mix up with the food and slips food easily from esophagus into the stomach. Now in the stomach, gastric glands are present. They secrete gastric juices and HCl. Gastric juice, they contain HCl. HCl, pepsinogen is secreted. Pepsinogen in presence of HCl changes into pepsin and it acts on protease, and it changes protein into proteases and peptone. Now the food comes in the stomach. Here, partial digestion of the protein starts, and HCl makes the medium of the food acidic. As already I told you the functions of the HCl. Now from the stomach, digested food passes into the duodenum. In the duodenum, the pancreatic duct opens, so it brings the pancreatic juice as well as the bile juice. It gets pancreatic juice as well as the bile juice. Now here, see, pancreatic juice and the bile juice, they get mixed up. Pancreatic juice in the duodenum, and bile makes the medium of food from acidic to the alkaline, so that pancreatic enzymes can act on it, and all these pancreatic enzymes, they further changes that the trypsin, erepsin and lipase, which were secreted over there. Amylopsin is there, amylase is secreted, trypsin, fats is secreted, fat is secreted over there. Maltase, sucrase, maltase, sucrase, lactase, they were secreted in the ileum, and in the pancreatitis they had the trypsin, it has the lipase, and it has this amylase, which is secreted over there, that acts on carbohydrate. Jejunum, it's a small duct from where the food passes. Next comes in the ileum. In the ileum, it has the intestinal juices. Intestinal juices, digestion continues completely, and completely digested food. See, food is basically absorbed in the duodenum, that is in the, it is over dissolved over there, in the small intestine and in the large intestine. In the small intestine, that is the duodenum and the ileum, duodenum, jejunum, ileum. Here does not any digestion occur. It occurs in duodenum. Partially digested food from duodenum comes into the ileum, and in the ileum, intestinal juices, they secretes and completes their digestion, and then digested food is absorbed in the small intestine. Now here, from their food, it passes into the large intestine. It is divided into cecum, colon, and rectum. Here, absorption of water and undigested food, formation of feces occurs in this. So that is what all you had it over here. Now next, what are the digestion, absorption, assimilation? Digestion, breaking down of the larger food molecules into the smaller ones so that your body can absorb, or the intestinal cell memories, they are able to absorb. Absorption, the digested food is absorbed through the intestinal wall, and further it passes into the bloodstream, that is called the absorption. Assimilation, the process in which absorbed food is taken in by the body cells and used for energy, growth and repair, that is called the assimilation. Egestion, the process in which undigested food which is of no use in our body, it is eliminated from your body or it is given out. Now here, just digestion, absorption, assimilation we have discussed. Where does the each function take? Digestion takes place in the small intestine. Absorption also takes place in the small intestine. Assimilation takes by the blood capillaries, and through blood capillary food is translocated to each and every part of the body. Egestion, that is takes through the rectum, where the fecal matter passed and given out of it. Why food must be digested? Because if food is not digested, food is not broken down from larger particles into the smaller particles, then it cannot be absorbed through it. Now see, given below the table showing the names of the enzymes, substrates and food components they act upon, and the main product obtained as a result of digestion. Fill in the blanks number 1 to 10. Trypsin, number one, is protein. Trypsin acts on protein and it changes protein to polypeptides. Amylopsin, secreted in the duodenum, acts on starch, changes into maltose. Strepsin, that is the lipase, acts on fats, changes into fatty acids and glycerol. Lactase acts on lactose, changes into glucose and fructose, it is the milk protein. Sucrase, cane sugar protein, sucrase acts on sucrose and changes sucrose into glucose and fructose. Now the next one, given below table showing the name of enzyme, site of production, substrate acted upon and products formed. Complete the table by filling the blanks. Ptyalin, secreted in mouth, acts on starch and starch changes into maltose. Pepsin acts on secreted by stomach, acts on protein and changes protein into proteases and peptones. Trypsin, secreted in duodenum, acts on protein and changes protein into polypeptide. Strepsin, secreted in duodenum, acts on fats and changes fats into fatty acids and glycerol. Erapsin, secreted in small intestine, acts on peptones and polypeptides and it changes into amino acid. Maltase, secreted in small intestine, acts on maltose and it changes into glucose. Now, which of the following statements are correct? Proteins are digested in the stomach and in the small intestine to amino acids. Yes, it is true. Proteins are not hydrolyzed in the stomach. Proteins are digested. Both the statements are false. Giving alongside in the diagram showing the internal structure of the part of an alimentary canal. Identify the structure given. It is villi in the small intestine. Finger-like projections known as villi, they are observed, so it is the structure of the small intestine. Name the parts labeled A to C. A is villus, B is blood capillaries, C is muscles. What role does part play in digestion of food and how? What role does this part play in digestion? This part, that is the villi, the digested food is absorbed mainly by villi in the small intestine and they take parts in the absorption of digested food. Okay. Now here, see, given below the diagram of the human digestive, name the parts labeled A to G. A is stomach, B is duodenum, C is a small intestine, D is liver, E is large intestine, F is rectum, and G is esophagus, right? Acid is added to the food, it is in the stomach. Bile is produced in the liver. Most absorption takes place in small intestine. Proteins are digested, they are also in the small, though it started in the stomach but completed in small intestine. Water is absorbed in the large intestine, right? What is the function of the part E in digestion? The function of part E in digestion is absorption of water and formation of faces. That is what all about it. Any doubt anywhere, ask me in the comment section. Again, we will meet in the next video. I hope everything is clear to you. Thank you, children.